and you thought Crawford was gonna beat him. You called it. You got it right. It looks like there might be a rematch. What do you think? In a rematch, what happens?
Look, in a rematch, I think it's going to be the same.
Former world champion Amir Khan has sparked debate across the boxing world after making pointed comments about several of the sport's biggest names. Khan claimed that Canelo Alvarez is more vulnerable than many believe, saying the undisputed champion is easy to hit, and predicted that Terence Crawford would decisively defeat Canelo if the two were to meet. Khan also issued a stern warning to Jake Paul, suggesting a potential matchup could carry serious physical risks, and added a controversial take on Floyd Mayweather that is already drawing strong reactions from longtime fans.
Against a professional fighter like Anthony Joshua, who's been there, been a world champion, fought the best.
Amir Khan has framed his criticism of Canelo Alvarez as experience rather than bitterness, pointing to his own time in the ring as the basis for his confidence in Terence Crawford. Khan recalled his 2016 bout with Canelo when he moved up to weight classes and, by his account, controlled much of the early action. In a recent interview, Khan said he was able to land clean shots using speed and angles, describing Canelo as more straightforward than expected, and argued that his loss came down to a single mistake that resulted in a decisive power shot. According to Khan, the approach to beating Canelo has long existed, and he believes Crawford is the rare fighter with the discipline and skill to execute it over 12 rounds without being caught.
I was boxing him, so a good boxer would always beat Canelo. But look, don't get me wrong, Mayweather beat Canelo as well. But the thing is, Canelo is such a great fighter. If he catches you clean, like if he catches Crawford, he can knock him out. But Crawford is such a slick fighter that he's not gonna get caught with a shot like that. You know, obviously I sparred with him, I've fought him. You can't hit the guy clean. And those that hit him clean, I mean, he took it well, but still, Canelo's not the fastest, but he's accurate, but he's not the fastest. But like I said, when at this level, you know, I think, and you have to understand, Canelo's getting a little bit older as well. He's not getting any younger. Maybe a young Canelo would have given him a better fight. But in the day, look, we all get old. Our reaction and timing and speed slows down. And I think this is a good time for Crawford to catch Canelo. Maybe a couple of years ago, it would be a different story. If they fought 5 years ago, it would be a different story. Totally.
Amir Khan has framed a potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez as heavily one-sided, citing stylistic advantages he believes favor Crawford. Khan said Crawford shares the speed and hand-eye coordination that allowed him early success against Canelo, but adds a level of precision and timing he considers elite for this era. In his view, Alvarez has begun to slow, describing him as lacking the same hunger he once had after achieving financial success and cementing his legacy. Khan contrasted that with Crawford's continued motivation and technical sharpness, predicting that a meeting between the two would result in Crawford controlling the fight and breaking Canelo down over the course of the bout.
Honest, if they fought again, it would be more dumb for Terence Crawford. I truly think if in 2026 they book this rematch, I think Crawford dominates him even worse. And I'm not saying he stops Canelo, because I don't know if that's something that Terence could get at 168, because Canelo's chin has still really never been tested like that. Like, he didn't really get hurt in the Crawford fight. He just got outboxed. But maybe he potentially would be able to stop him. But I just think it would be more one-sided than we saw in the first fight, and would just reestablish that Terence Crawford is that fucking guy in this sport right now. The top guy, the head honcho in this sport, which is, I don't know. I mean, is it dangerous to Canelo's legacy to lose to the best of this era and the best of the era previously? I don't know. Like, did Canelo ever have an era where he was the best in the world? Maybe that's the question he's still trying to answer himself, and why he would want this rematch with Crawford. But when I see this news coming out of him wanting the rematch, having the elbow surgery, maybe in his mind going, okay, my elbow wasn't fresh, I wasn't able to turn my shots over, so that's why I can win this rematch. I like the competitive nature of it. I don't like the fight for him. I think the matchup's all wrong for Canelo. I think this style of fight, in terms of what Terence Crawford does well, is counterpunching off the front and back foot, his ability to go from range with his jab, be inside with it too, protect himself, catch counter with punches. He's got just a different timing that Canelo really has on his punches, and then you pair it with the volume that Terence Crawford can throw and his feet and his angles, this is the bad matchup for Canelo. We've seen it already, and I just don't know if the rematch goes any differently. I think Terence Crawford would have Canelo in real trouble the second time around. And again, I'm not going to sit here and be like, he knocked him out cold, because Canelo's got an iron chin, but if he didn't already in the first fight, he would do a number. Texas Instruments 83 plus on Canelo if they...
Amir Khan expanded his argument by referencing Canelo Alvarez's closely contested bout with Erislandy Lara, a fight many observers believed exposed Alvarez's difficulty against elusive, technically skilled opponents. Khan said Terence Crawford represents a far more advanced version of that style, pointing to what he described as superior boxing intelligence, timing, and adaptability. According to Khan, while Alvarez thrives on pressure and power, he has struggled against fighters who combine movement with quick decision-making. Khan praised Crawford's ability to make opponents miss, counter immediately, and control distance, arguing that these traits would allow him to exploit what he sees as declining
Yeah, he might be stronger than Canelo. He might pack the weight on well, that he might do really well in there. So look,
You fought them both. Like, what are the differences between them? Obviously, it's weight.
Canelo's strong and he's easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily.
Yeah.
Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean.
Yeah.
So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
Yeah.
Because and you can see the strength. You know, when I was fighting against Crawford, I didn't think Crawford was that strong, but when he kind of moved me around a little bit, he is very strong as well. So look, yeah. But why does he need to give that much weight? He's pound for pound #1 in the world. Why does he have to go up and fight?
The interview took a more serious turn when Amir Khan addressed speculation about a potential bout between Jake Paul and former heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. Khan drew a sharp distinction between Paul's previous opponents and a prime, elite heavyweight, stating that Paul would have no realistic chance against an Olympic gold medalist like Joshua. He went further by criticizing promoters, including Nikisa Bidarian, accusing them of prioritizing financial gain over fighter safety. Khan warned that the size and power disparity could lead to serious harm, calling the matchup dangerous and inappropriate, and underscored that certain risks in boxing should not be taken, regardless of the commercial appeal.
You've always helped me. Right, 2 quick things before I let you go. AJ Jake Paul happening this month now. I mean, it's finally happening, but...
Finally happening, like...
Well, it was meant to happen, then it was a tank thing.
Like, come on, man. You know,
hit me with it.
I'm going to hit you with it now, man. Look, first of all, I think Nikisa hates Jake Paul because he wants him dead, I think. That's what it comes down to. Me and JB had a meeting with Nikisa and he was giving big ones, which I did not understand. He's not really like, come on. But like, he really wants to see his own friend that he calls my childhood friend hurt. That is wrong, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's chasing the money. So he's just gone straight to the money and put my man in the firing line against a heavyweight champion who can hurt him and literally cause him problems in the future as well. Don't you believe me? You believe that? I mean, AJ hitting him with that big right hand. Oof. Look, if AJ hits him with a shot like he hit Ngannou and knocked him clean out. I mean, even Ngannou would knock Jake Paul out. But that just shows, like, but you can't mess with the sport. Boxing, you can't mess with boxing. Oh, boxing is a sport that you have to respect. You're always at one punch away from getting hurt, and something bad's gonna happen one day and they're gonna regret it. They can say, oh, why did we take that fight? It's not like they need the money. And if I was AJ, and a YouTuber come to me, who's tiny, who's smaller than me, and weaker than me, and has no experience at all, you think I'm gonna say no to him? Like, come on, bro. Like, and they pay big money, but let's just hope AJ goes there, knocks him out, ends this YouTube boxing, because in a way, someone is gonna get hurt badly, and this could be the fight that someone gets hurt so bad that they will never ever get sanctioned to ever fight.
Amir Khan's remarks grew even more controversial when he turned to boxing history, suggesting that Terence Crawford belongs in rare company among the sport's all-time greats. When asked how Crawford compares to past legends, Khan said he believes Crawford may be one of the few fighters capable of seriously challenging and possibly defeating a prime Floyd Mayweather. The claim has already sparked strong reactions among fans and analysts, adding another layer of debate to Khan's wide-ranging interview.
In the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds I started getting my rhythm, but I have to say, put on the best fighters I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fights like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously might have got caught with a good shot and got knocked out or whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather. But I really think he would be.
Amir Khan acknowledged Floyd Mayweather's status as one of boxing's all-time greats, but argued that Terence Crawford presents a unique stylistic challenge. Khan cited Crawford's ability to switch stances, his reach, and what he described as a competitive edge as factors that could have troubled even a prime Mayweather. While Khan credited Manny Pacquiao with having the movement and volume that posed perhaps the greatest historical threat to Mayweather, he maintained that Crawford is the more complete fighter overall. The assessment is a bold one, but Khan framed Crawford as a rare, once-in-a-generation talent capable of rewriting long-held assumptions.